Hey everyone. Woot woot. Wait a second.
What?
I said I wasn't going to say hey everyone this week because I say it every
You
week.
did say that.
I
But
failed.
It's good. It's good.
Failed.
Ah.
Should we stop and start
Take two.
again now? Is this...
Okay. Hi guys.
Bars Stone.
Happy Friday. What'd you say?
I didn't say anything. You just said, welcome.
Oh, yes.
Hi.
Oh,
I love when you dramatically turn to the camera, just like.
this is Imagination Sessions number 7?
6?
8-ish? 7-ish?
Somewhere in the
Seven-ish.
single digits.
Around thereabouts.
Today we have an awesome guest. I keep hearing myself delayed, so I speak delayed. It's very bizarre. We're going to bring our guests in today, and we're just going to get this going, because at this point, I've ruined all intros of intros.
It's amazing.
Okay, let's bring him in. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom.
That's the theme song for me.
Whoa!
Oh,
Let's
caught
put
in
you...
the act.
Yes.
I'm not.
I put you right
I may
in
or
the
may not
middle.
have been. I may or may not have been like talking to internet peoples while I was in the waiting room, because there was no cookies or anything in there, so I just kind of figured.
I'm sorry.
I
This
don't
isn't
know.
that kind of show.
Our green room is the worst.
Pretty
I mean,
bad.
it's the comfort of my own home, but still, you know, it's a little lacking in the craft service department. But then again, that says a lot about my home, I suppose.
This is a new show, you know, low budget and
Oh, come on.
I mean, let's be honest. Good Morning America has to be phoning it in by now too.
Whatever works.
I think so.
right?
So like the bulk of their
this is-
basic demographic doesn't have to go to work anymore, so they're not waking up with the Good Morning America
Right.
like they used to. So their numbers have to just be nosediving, I would imagine.
it's possible.
Bad for them.
But
Ooh.
this is my good friend. I am a Clayton.
I'm a Clayton. Hi.
Why don't
I
you
wanna go back to
introduce yourself
Cleo.
or say who you are?
Oh,
Where you come from? What have you done?
Where I hearken from. I'm a Clayton. I'm from originally Frederick City, Maryland. For anyone that doesn't know Maryland, I'll just presume Baltimore. That seems to be the go-to.
All right.
East Coast kid, probably stayed home way too much, but ultimately been pursuing this whole acting thing for coming on 15 years. And also screenwriter, storyteller, improv, Ghostbuster Nerd, comic book kid. I mean,
Nice.
yeah, you know.
Right there with you.
Fit right in. Welcome home.
Thank you. Yes, it's nice to be home. Like seriously, if I could take the green screen off, you'd just see like Ghostbusters here and Batman the Animated Series there, and just Charlie Chaplin.
Have you built a
piggy bank there?
Have you
So-
built a proton pack yet?
I have not, but I have written a 12-page fan film that I'd love to film very much at some point. It's kind of my own little love letter, sort of initial kind of shoehorning, elbow my way in pitch to what I thought the third film could have been. Obviously, not complaining with the way the world has turned out, but
Yeah.
my dream film was probably 10 years earlier, with all the original cast still with us. But I have high hopes for what Jason Reitman's doing with this
Yeah.
current iteration. And for the record, never had any problem with the Lady Ghostbusters myself as far as the cast goes. I think the writing was where I really,
Yeah.
it didn't add up for me. It just
I still
didn't
haven't seen
capture
that
it.
Totally
Saw it
agree.
twice in theaters.
one. I heard it was iffy, so I haven't seen it yet.
They
Speaking shy tea.
I mean, this is solely personal opinion from a fan here, but I'm just gonna say it was again the cast did fine, but the real anchor that I think that makes Ghostbusters work at the core essence of it is they take, and this is comedy at its finest, they take either something normal and treat it absurd, or they take something absurd and treat it normal.
Yeah.
And so the original 1984's Ghostbusters, these guys get bumped out of being, doctors at college, and they make a massive discovery. There are ghosts. The dead walk among us, right? There's a Netflix film with Robert Redford called The Discovery, and where the discovery of there being an afterlife causes people to just kill themselves out the gate, like massive suicide rate, because they figure, why suffer through this if there's something we know for sure after? But meanwhile, we have Ghostbusters, which is a comedic, action-oriented mentality.
Yeah.
And these guys take this discovery, they don't turn it into like Nobel award-winning sort of prize sort of thing. They turn it into a blue-collar job. They turn it into the equivalence of being an exterminator, a plumber.
Yeah.
It's not about accolades, it's about making that cheddar.
I like that.
And because they've got the corner on the market, nobody else knows how to fucking do this. But unfortunately, the Ghostbuster film that came out in, I think, 2016, there was, and this was partly the internet's problem, and I have a whole other theory as to how it even really came about, which is also the internet. But there's just so much emphasis towards waiting to get their recognition, waiting for people to pat them on the back. There is desire for Nobel Prize kind of caliber, in which case, why are you bothering with this blue collar pursuit? Why are you even attempting to start a business if really all you want are accolades? That's just, and so it really just, the story is decent. There's a decent story in there, but it just gets completely muddled with confusing wants for the characters.
Awesome.
Sorry, Ghostbuster
Totally.
Tangent. Is this not the Ghostbuster Tangent podcast?
It's okay.
That's right.
Bring
the
my
Ghostbuster Tangent
painting in
podcast
here.
will have me.
It's awesome.
We're gonna have to just start that. That's it.
Right? That's the next thing for Video Space there for what's going next, right? I like it.
Yeah.
Sweet. So why don't we tell you why we brought you here now?
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, right? I know.
Ruh-roh.
So we're gonna do an Audiojack with you. And an Audiojack is an audio-based movie.
Okay.
How about that? There's no video because it's audio-based. So that's why, of course, we're on camera. There's no music. There's no dialogue of any kind at all. It's all sound design. It's hundreds of sounds edited together to tell a story for your imagination.
Okay.
So you close your eyes and you listen, and you start to hear the Audiojack play, and all the sounds are put together to create a narrative for you. And we're going to hear the same one twice. And then after that, we're going to share the stories we came up with. You hear it once and you just kind of go, whoa, what was that? Okay, I'm in it. And then you hear it a second time and kind of put your story together. If you have pen and paper handy or whatever. And we're not looking for like a fully written out story. It's just, what do you want this narrative to become? And everyone's are going to be very, well, probably different. So you on board?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
So
I heard Audiojack,
it's gonna-
and I'm like, now that I know, I'm like, thank God I can keep my pants on.
I think you're good. I think you're gonna be good with that. So we're gonna
No one
jump
would
inside the
know,
Audiojack
though.
app. Yeah, actually, no. We're gonna, yeah, exactly, right. So what we're gonna do is we jump inside the Audiojack app. We pick one. There's all these different categories and all these different ones. We're gonna pick one, and we're gonna go. And since it's like Friday night, we usually do these earlier, and we're doing it later now in the evening, which I'm cool with. And I think it's like this kind of thing. It's like it's Friday night, so what would I normally be doing? And I think that's the Audiojack that I need to bring to everyone here. And I know someone's like, what? So here's what we're going to do. We're heading into the sports category of the Audiojack app, and we're going to do bowling, because I really miss bowling. I miss everything about it. I miss the bad food. I miss the shitty beer, and I miss that vibe. But the great thing about these is it can be whatever you want. There's no wrong answer. There's no, like, it's not guess the sounds. It's let the sounds inspire you and be a prompt to create a narrative for you in some capacity.
Okay.
Like back in the day when you listened to like Peter and the Wolf in class, if you ever did that, and then you have to kind of like write what it was. Okay, never mind. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hit play, and you're just gonna close your eyes and let your imagination go. It's gonna play twice, and that bird will share. And it's not very long. This one's a pretty quick one. It's just 5 minutes.
Okay.
So we're pretty good here on time, I think. Everyone else ready? You guys ready to get jacked?
Oh yeah.
Ready.
Yo.
Oh, yeah.
Pants on, guys. Pants on.
And everyone at home, I forgot
Too
to
late.
talk to you. Nope. Pants off, pants on. Anyway, but
Actually,
everyone at home.
Elizabeth, wasn't last week you're
Wait.
like no pants bandit or something? Or was that?
No.
Is that like an iteration on the wet?
Yes,
Bandits
it
or-
was.
Bandits, yes, it was.
Actually.
It was a while ago.
No, it wasn't.
I think
David,
it was just
it's
last
every
week.
week.
Does anybody remember the Cookie Crisp Bandit?
Of course.
Some people
Love
don't.
it.
We're getting.
Oh, you
we're
don't have to
getting up
close your
there,
eyes
man.
yet. All right. So
Oh, okay.
the audience at home, everyone watching, if there's a chat option on wherever you're watching, if you're on Diddy Space, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, we want you to share your stories as well. And we'll be browsing the socials after we're done. And then we're going to read your stories out loud as well. So put it in the comments and all that good stuff so we can see what you're thinking and share along. So now I'm going to mute the room. So in case any weird sounds pop up on your end, it won't disturb any of us, because that's all we really care about, right? At the end, just good audio, just good audio. You are all muted, and I'm going to mute myself. We're going to hit repeat. So everyone, just relax, chill, close your eyes, and let your imagination go. right, that same one is going to play a second time. It's going to fade out and jump right back in. Now start to build your story. Start to think of what you want this to become, and it can be anything. All right. Here we go. A little fun for your Friday night, hopefully. You can unmute yourselves. Jump back in. Here you go, Clayton.
Yep.
Welcome to the world of Audiojack and the imagination sessions.
Fun.
All right.
Who'd have thought almost a year of quarantine would make the sounds of bowling cause me to like jump and shudder at times. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like,
That
what's that
first ball
noise?
that was rolled was like, holy crap.
What's that noise? Oh, that's people, more than 5 people keeping 6 feet distance from one another, having a good time. This doesn't feel
What is
normal.
this fun that's
How about
happening?
this? You just made me think of something. When's the last time you applauded for something?
I mean, aside from WandaVision, no. I couldn't even tell you offhand. I
Right?
mean,
That's kind of
like
something that's
genuine
something you haven't-
applause.
Yeah, like that's
Applauding
anyone.
in your own home.
At this point,
And how often are you at home like,
I'm
that-
educating
I
myself
mean-
that this is applause in sign language, and I'm working. my way into
jazz
that.
hands?
I mean, that's technically what it is for the
Yeah.
ASL community. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I just figure like they've got the market cornered on that. I may as well just get with the times. I'm all for it. So.
Nice. So now is the even more fun part where we get to go around and everyone gets to share the story they came up with.
All right.
And what narrative that was taking place. Who would like to go first on this lovely Friday night? If no one would, I'll go first.
I
I'll-
can go
I'll take
first,
a
it
swing.
Doesn't matter.
I don't mind. I got a
wanna
little. This way I can just set the bar nice and low for whoever wants to go next.
That's a spirit. There.
Yeah. Cha-cha. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if you could hear fireworks
was
just now,
that?
but that's,
Whoa,
that's
was
my
that-
neighborhood.
Where are you at in LA?
I'm in Atwater Village.
Oh, all right. I'm over in Studio City, so not too far. Ride my bike
Nice.
past there very often.
Right on. Okay. So if I'm laying out a scene, which is just kind of my general nature of storytelling as a screenwriter and all that jazz, but you have a father and a son. We'll call the father Tim and the son David. And basically, the father is not winning any awards for being a father anytime soon. He's a bit of a deadbeat, and he owes quite a bit of money around town. And he knows that his comeuppance are going to catch up to him sooner rather than later. But he also wants to put in a little effort, so he takes David out to the bowling alley to go bowling. And as the audio had started, Tim, right? That's what I named the dad. Like I'm cracking my names.
David.
Tim looks around and he sees some of the people that he owes the money to, or at least the people that work for those people, coming into the bowling alley. And so one of the first audio cues I had heard beyond just the basic ambient was kind of the sound of like change jingling. And so that's Tim basically putting together a little extra money for David to go to the concessions area, the little restaurant inside the spot, to go grab some food. So we're basically watching this from David's perspective as he gets the money and he's working his way in through the crowd, which is all the people having a good old time and whatnot. And the people that Tim owes money to, one of them goes to accompany David into the crowd while the other two basically walk Tim outside. And so eventually David is able to order, himself some snacks and his dad like a beer or whatever. And he turns around and he's trying to look for his dad. And one of the accomplices that accompanied him is doing the shh, 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 as if to say, it's going to be okay. We're going to walk you back. You'll see your dad in a minute. David steps outside, takes a look around, can't find his dad, comes back inside and starts to roll a few balls. The person who's accompanying or chaperoning David is kind of just encouraging other people to watch this kid roll a few balls. And obviously the first one, he's uncomfortable, he's nervous. He takes a roll, gutter ball, just goes down the center. He's looking around for his dad. He's not sure, if everything's okay. But the chaperone kind of nudges him along and says, give it another go. You got it. You're good. He takes another swing, knocks a few pins down, gets a little bit of the applause, feeling a little better about himself, not so worried about dad and what's going on. Then he finally gets that final ball in, rolls it down the lane, strike. First strike in his entire life. He's ecstatic. Everyone's cheering him on. He's basically having his victory moment. He's looking around and he can't find his dad, and his chaperone's gone. And everybody started to disperse. And he steps back outside and he's alone. And that's what I heard.
Whoa. I know.
All from bowling. I was like, what?
Wow.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna give him a
That's really
hug.
good.
That's heavy. But a really good
Yeah.
story. I mean, that's
It was.
really well done. Like,
It's
it's,
really good.
whoa.
I like that.
I mean, the
Nice, dude.
best and worst day of his life. He got that strike
Wow.
and
That's
probably
intense.
lost his dad. But
Like heartbroken now. But that was such a good story, though. I mean, I can see
It
that
was.
happening.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Elizabeth, you gonna be okay?
My brain would have never gone there.
This
That's
is the
like,
round of
wow.
applause.
Wow, that's
you
cool.
know?
Well, wait,
That's
we're
really
so Lindsay, you wanted to go as well. Let's hear your story.
Okay, well.
Well, wait a
just-
minute. Actually, let me ask you a question really quickly. Since you just finished your Audiojack, like in that experience, sorry to cut you off, Lindsay, but like with that,
Oh,
was that a narrative that you had played with before? Anything like that? Any this kind
no,
of, or any
I
kind
mean,
of setup?
the paternal relationship dynamic is just one that is pretty standard to shift into. It's by standard rules of storytelling, it's 10 times more
Sure.
effective if it's his father as opposed to his uncle, or vice versa,
Yeah.
or grandfather. But generally speaking, no. I if anything, I was trying to figure out what era it would necessarily have taken place in, if a kid could buy, or a kid could order a beer and bring it to his dad, if it would be like something from the 70s, more Godfather era or Goodfellas-esque. But in general, it's the
Okay.
narrative I came to. And for whatever reason, in the audio with the people in the concessions area, or at least what I just interpreted as the concessions area, it felt like it was being heard from a lower level, hearing
Interesting.
voices coming up. The shush felt like it was being shushed down, and not somebody sitting across the table. So I
That's
just
cool.
thought, okay, this is a kid's perspective.
Nice, man. I like that.
I like that.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, this is awesome. All right, Lindsay. So you got the exact same thing, right?
Yes, as always. I
Yeah.
just get what our guests have.
Yeah.
Well, my brain was racing all over the place with this one because growing up, I loved bowling and I would do leagues and stuff. So that's where my brain went at first, and
Okay.
how I would get shit all the time because I can't. All right, confession. I bowl like Fred Flintstone, where he's like,
Oh,
takes like 5
nice.
million steps before he throws the ball.
Oh my
Nice.
God. All right. When life's back to normal, field trip, bowling session, imagination session.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as the Buffalo Lodge can make it.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like that's
Awesome.
where my brain first went, and I was just like,
Okay.
well, they can't. I'm like, I need to make this weird or like something. So I was like, okay, so my character's going to leave the bowling alley for some reason. So I
All right.
have part of it. I get a phone call from my boss, so I step outside the bowling alley so I can hear her. It's happening, she says. I blink out for a second in shock, then say, wait, when? Tomorrow it'll be announced by the president at 11:30 to the world. Holy shit, it's finally happening. My mind is racing and the sounds of the bowling fade into the background. Do you need me to do anything? I ask her. Not right now, but keep your phone on. Okay. So I go back inside to my friends and continue bowling. So basically, it's kind of like I just get this insane news and know that it's coming. And I'm sort of like it's just really surreal because I'm just watching my friends like going about having fun and being totally oblivious to what's about to happen. And in my mind, because it's just kind of been a topic of discussion lately, this is the big disclosure thing. So the president, the next day, he's going to tell everyone aliens are real. They're here and all of that crap. And so that I was like, it's got to be something weird.
Nice. I like it.
that.
So
But they've
I
been
was,
here. I like
The
sitting
aliens are
them-
gonna feel so vindicated.
I know.
I know.
They're like, we
I'm
always thought
sitting
we
there watching
existed,
them,
but
I'm
now
like-
the president says it, man.
They're gonna freak out. But
I like
it's
it.
gonna be great.
That's cool. That's cool though. I like the tension with it and that element. I was waiting to see what is it? What is it? That's cool. I like it.
So,
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah. Who wants to go next? Who's feeling storific?
Elizabeth, you know you're
I'll
on
go.
mute,
Elizabeth
right?
always wants to go.
Okay.
like,
She's Elizabeth.
Blast.
We'll all go. Elizabeth will definitely
Okay.
go. She likes going. I'll go. I'll go next. I'll go next.
Okay.
So this one took me to a specific location and everything, like a more memory based for me. This one really evoked something because I love to bowl, and I was in a bowling league out here in Los Angeles, and it was at a place, Pickwick. I don't know. Did you ever go to Pickwick Gardens or over there in Burbank? Have any of you ever been there? It's next to the ice skating rink. It's awesome. It's very bowling alley. It's not fancy. It's not like, what's that one in Hollywood? Lucky Strike. It's not like that. It's like all hype. It's like a feels very Midwest bowling alley.
I was gonna say
The
it's
lanes-
probably like my hometown bowling.
Yeah, it is. It very much is. I mean, it's like that's what it's supposed to be. It's like it's wonderful. But because it's here in Los Angeles and because it's right by a lot of studios, there's always celebrities there. There's always people there that are very recognizable. Just trying to go bowl or whatever. So I was like, this one took me to going there, and it's weird. Like it was very vivid. Like I was wearing a white T-shirt, blue jeans, and my hair was short at the time. And I was like going to the bathroom, and I was walking in the bathroom, and then on my way back, I saw like a crowd of people around this one bowling alley, and I walk over, and I see Bill Murray wearing a red Adidas jumpsuit.
First of all,
Bill
Sign language
Murray.
applause.
this
Sign
is
language
Clayton's
applause.
man
Yeah.
right here, okay?
I can't hear you, Elizabeth.
Oh.
You're
You
muted.
can't hear
Muted.
me?
Oh,
Nope.
What?
Still nope.
Still muted.
Still muted.
Nope, still
Hit-
muted.
Hit the space bar.
What? Oh.
There you go. Go.
Oh, thank God.
No. First of all,
Oh.
Zoom is not on my screen. I use my magical button, my mute button, okay?
Ooh.
Hey, I got
But,
one
but
too.
you didn't remember to undo that button, huh?
No, I do, but David mutes me over in Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Double muted.
Hit mute everyone. It's not just you, Elizabeth. I'm an equal opportunity muter.
I said first of
so,
all,
yeah.
that
Do you ever do it
is-
with somebody, David? Are you a co-muter?
Well, he's a co-host.
You-
Go ahead, go on.
Oh, scandal.
No, what were you saying? You were reacting when I said I also imagine
because
Bill
I
Murray.
was like, first of all, that's Clayton's boy, okay?
Aw,
Oh,
That's
is that
awesome.
like your inspiration for acting? Getting into
I mean,
acting?
he was definitely a huge component, certainly in the early years of just
Nice.
like
That's
you know.
awesome.
I don't know anybody who got into this, at least at my age, who wasn't remotely inspired by Bill Murray isms or just like
right.
his career from
Yeah.
SNL onward. Like even Sam Rockwell goes on record just being like several of the roles he's tackled. He just goes, I just tried to beat Bill Murray.
Right?
I love
It's a
that.
state of
Like-
mind. It's a state of mind being Bill Murray
Yeah.
in a way.
There we go.
So I
Yeah.
see him and he's like hanging out with like some friends, stuff like this. And I walk over and someone's like, shh, like, he's gonna get ready to bowl. And there's already been a game going on. He's in the 10th frame. And he's like kind of just like, being himself, doing whatever like that. And they're shushing everyone in the crowd because he's gonna go do the 10th frame, like he's gonna win. And he goes up and he gets a gutter. And he doesn't even notice anyone's there. Like he's just kind of like just moving about doing his thing, and I'm like hanging out watching. He goes up for the next one, and he bowls really slow, and the ball gets down there, and it just it's a strike, and it just kind of pushes all the pins down. Everyone gives him an applause, but they know there's one more He's got one more go because it's a 10 frame.
Oh, the pickup. Yeah.
And so then he comes around and he looks at the crowd, just gives everyone a look. And then he comes around and gives the crowd a look again, just in that kind of Bill Murray-esque, I guess. I don't know. I just felt like this, like, kind of like,
Being all
okay.
Bill Murray.
And then gives the approach and then launches it and then gets a strike and everyone applauds or whatever. And kind of everyone's talking to him and stuff. And then I just kind of slowly walk back through the rest of the bowling alley over, to where my group is at, and just kind of went over there. But it was like so nonchalant. It was like so calming and passive. It just felt like I was out. Like I just felt like I was out on Friday night. And I was just like, hey, get out. And just have to be Bill Murray because it's like things like that randomly happen. But like, you also don't want to go, oh my God, and run up to him because he's in the middle of bowling. So you have to kind of,
Sure.
I was kind of held back in that stuff. And it was just like a nice, like kind of randomness, but I really felt like I was there in that one. So that's where I went for that.
Can we just
Like
acknowledge
that.
that so
Yeah.
far, in theory, the 3 stories that have been told could all have been happening at the same time?
Yeah.
That's true.
It's the same
Yeah.
alley.
Very much
There's
so.
no definitive, like, there's no
Cosmic
way.
bowling.
Yeah. And Bill Murray's old enough that he has spanned so much that could fit in the time when you could use some change to get some food at the concession stand.
Huh?
It could have been like Stripes era, right?
Could have been.
Could have been.
Yeah. All right. Michael, Elizabeth. Mike, you want to go next and let Elizabeth take us home?
Sure. I can do that. 'Cause I knew Elizabeth was like,
Yeah,
Sure,
she
David.
you're welcome.
I'm really excited. Thank
He
you.
likes to go last. Yeah.
So this was totally memory based for me too. And so I have a photographic eidetic memory since I was 2 years old. I remember everything. So bowling has always been a part of my family's life. And even after, getting older and joined the Army and bowling with buddies. But it took me back to the time to where my parents got home late from work. It's during the work week, but they're part of a bowling league, so we got to hurry up and get in the car because they got to get their some amount of bowling in to count for the league and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they piled me exactly. So they piled me, my brother and sister, in the big old station wagon that we used to have, which was like a battle car, all metal. And we were riding there, and of course we don't want to go, but we were like, okay, I guess we're going. I'm a little kid. I just want to be home. I just want to watch cartoons, play with my He-Man or Transformers. But anyways, so we get there, and it's already close to where a lot of the leagues are done. So, but they still have to get in there, and so we're getting over there. We get our little lane, and my dad's at his ball, his own personal ball, and he's shining it up, getting it all ready to go. And he picks it up, ready to get that first one in, and then you hear that shh, and that's my mom telling me, my brother and sister, to be quiet, or else the backhand's coming. And so then that first ball goes down the lane and ends up being a spare. And of course, my dad's all huffy puffy, but we're all quiet. We're just sitting there like, "Good job, Dad." And so then he bowls again. He picks it up. And so we're just sitting there waiting, and we're hoping that my mom, gives us some change to go head off somewhere and go to the arcade or be busy and not around and distracting them. And then my dad's game picks up, and he gets a strike, and then other people notice it. They're like, "Oh wow!" And they're clapping and cheering. And then finally, my mom looks at my brother and is like, take them to the arcade. And so we start walking, but we didn't have no money, but we're just walking over there anyways and I hear the sound kind of slowly going away as we're getting into that part of the bowling alley where it's nice and quiet, but it's just nothing but arcade. And that's exactly what it reminded
That's
me of.
awesome.
I see it as if it was yesterday.
Mm.
I
Nice.
miss
I
that
love
so
it.
much, man.
I like that.
Yeah, me too. Nice.
Mine's not
All right, Elizabeth.
that exciting.
Freezing won't get you out of it. It's time to share your story. Okay. Well, it doesn't have to be exciting. That's the great thing about it. Like these, it's not going
That's
to be
true,
wild
yeah.
like the last one.
So, this girl, it was her first time she's been bowling on the side for some time, and she really wanted to get into a bowling league. She's kind of new to the area, kind of wanted to get to know some people, but this is totally out of her comfort zone because she doesn't really talk to a lot of people, so she doesn't really have a lot of friends. She doesn't know anybody, but she thought, maybe I'll sign up for this bowling league. So this is night 1 of her first time being in this place, and she walks in. She's super nervous. She sees all of these people. They're all having a good time. Which makes her incredibly uncomfortable because she has tremendous social anxiety, but she's going to overcome this. Tonight is the night. So she goes up, she checks in, she finds out what lane she's going to be in, and she's like observing as she's looking around and second guessing herself for a second, like, should I really do this? Can I do this? No, I can do this. I think I can do this. So she goes and tries to find her lane, and as she's walking back, this one set of group, they seem like they're having a fantastic time, and someone's about to go, roll their ball, and this woman, she was like, I don't know, she was kind of sassy, but she does this really ornery, like, shh to everybody, trying to calm them down before this person is about to go roll their ball down the lane. But no one's listening because as you look around in the tables, they're a few beers deep by this point. So, they're just having a good time. They're really paying attention.
Yes.
She goes up, finds her lane, opens her bag up, her bowling bag, and gets her ball out. It was just made. She felt like she wasn't going to rent the ball anymore with the shoes. She was going to get her own bag, her own gear, her own everything. And so it's a new ball, and it's really nice. It's like a blue and an orange mixed together. She's
Go
super
Bears.
nervous. She doesn't know any of these people that are at her station. But the group that she got stuck with, they're not as outgoing as the crowds that are next to her. They're weird, to say the least, which makes her even more uncomfortable. So she gets her ball out. She's standing there, and in her peripheral vision, she just sees this guy standing and staring at her. He's like an older dude, but he's just standing and staring at her. Some people, they just have one face. And it just doesn't change. It's just that one face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and it's like there's no emotion. And you want to ask them if
that's
they're okay,
creepy.
but they make you so uncomfortable. They project this, like, don't even try to speak to me vibe. So
Yeah.
she's seeing this. It makes her more nervous. Of course, she goes and throws the ball down the lane, and of course, it's a complete fail. Makes the situation even worse. Some people take notice. They start whispering, like, no one's really nice about it, especially the people in her lane, because they're a bunch of weirdos and no one's talking. Everyone else is having a grand old time. But I think that she got stuck with the table that didn't have any beer. So, anyways.
Disappointing.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Disappointing.
She takes a moment and she finally reminds herself, I'm just doing this for fun. I don't care what any of these people think. If I want to, I can pack my bags tonight and be on a train tomorrow to somewhere else, so it doesn't really matter. And she finally knocks some pins down. And she almost gets a strike there, but there's one straggler. And then she finally knocks that one down. And within that moment, with her spare, it's like her victory. And she sits there for a moment. Everything kind of fades away to black, to darkness.
Oh.
No, I'm just joking.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
Hey, everyone, have a good weekend. Blah.
She got that victory spare. Come on. She was
Hey,
good.
that's
She was
all.
content.
I liked
She
it.
thought, I'm going to rip up
I'm
that
s-
ticket tonight. I'm not taking
I'm
the
so
train.
glad I went first. I'm so glad I got mine. Amateur
That's
hour
awesome.
over here. Jesus.
No way. That was
No.
intense. That was great. But you're right. All this could have taken place together, like in the same exact environment, the way they were told. That was really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I did mean to make it a point
Yeah.
to emphasize that during my bowling scene, Bill Murray didn't exist. Like he. But no, it's probably better this way. This is probably the better way to do it, though. So.
Yeah. See, I didn't want to go full on Kingpin. It felt different. It felt like a more natural.
He
version
wasn't
of it.
wearing
It felt
a piece.
more like. No, not at all. It was very See, this one, even his hair look was really thin and stuff too. And it was more. The Tenenbaums. What was that movie?
Royal
the-
Tenenbaums?
Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums. Yeah, that kind of. It had that kind of a vibe to it. So
So he was wearing a corduroy coat.
there you go. I see. I had him in a jumpsuit. Anyway.
Well, that was
second
that
he
was
said
the
Bill
Ben
Murray.
Stiller character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The second he said Bill Murray, I was thinking Zombieland, and so he's
That's a
got
fun
like
one.
the
Oh.
zombie like makeup on, and he's like pretending to be a zombie, and I was
That was
just
so
like,
awesome.
This is weird. But yeah, he was great in that movie.
Yeah.
And
This is fun.
I would
Look
like
at that, we
to.
did it in time. Oh yeah.
I would like to say shout out to my mom who's texting me, and she's watching. I guess.
Oh,
Um.
hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mama Archer.
She got
Yes.
better from COVID.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
She
Good.
says. She says, "Really, Mike? Telling the world our bowling escapades. No more homemade cookies for you."
Oh.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, with that
Done
deep
it now.
mom with the
LOL.
fire.
LOL.
Oh,
We love you,
Mom.
Mom.
send us the
Love you, Mom.
cookies, and we will eat them in front of Mike
Yes.
at the next
No.
session.
Oh,
As
I like
punishment.
it.
No.
Yes, I think so.
I should tell
think
my
so.
muffin story, but I'll wait for another time.
Ooh,
on that
he's
one.
threatening muffins, Mama.
Uh-oh.
No,
Uh-oh.
I got in trouble for. She's laughing. I got in trouble for eating some muffins because she said, in her half asleep, "Go ahead, eat them all," and I ate them all, and
Oh,
Wow.
I got in trouble
Wow.
for that.
We're on to you.
They're muffins.
You
Can't
showed her,
pass them
huh?
up.
you are
Well,
the muffin man.
Well, you said
Thank
go
you.
ahead, so-
I am a Clayton.
Exactly.
Yes.
For coming.
thank
Yes.
you.
It was great
Thank
having you.
I am Clayton.
It was
Yeah.
great to do this. This was a fun little mental exercise.
Yes.
Glad you like it, man.
I have not received any texts, so I don't know if anybody. I mean, I tried to promote, but I don't know if anybody
Ah.
I know is even watching this thing. So
They are
It's
on
all
video
good.
space.
It's all
New
good.
friends.
There you
There's
go.
something.
Friends
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, dude, getting out the whole new folks. But yeah, this is the. What do you think about this? Like, there's a mobile app with this that you can download and use this. And it's funny because you're an actor, so there are like exercises in here for like creating scenes and stuff like that, and storyboarding and like other writing activities too.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
fun stuff. This is fun. Thanks, Elizabeth, for hosting
Of
us
course.
once again.
Yes.
Super
Awesome.
fun.
Another good one. Whichever
Yeah.
6th or 7th or whatever one we're on.
Seven.
Should
It
we?
was 7.
This is number 7. This is number 7. Should we do like? And
7.
coming up next is something stony. Like, I feel like we could throw live.
And I will be a special guest on Something Sony
Yeah.
coming up next.
Yes.
I don't know where I'm at in the boxes.
Yeah, I don't
Mine,
know.
you're next to me
You're
here.
here for me.
You're
Actually,
over there
for
me.
everybody out in the world, it's Lindsay, Clayton, Mike, and David.
All right. Well, hi.
However that
Hi.
translates.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. And I'll see
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
whoever later.
Good night.
Now.
Thanks.
See y'all later.
everyone.
Thanks.
See ya, see ya.
Bye.
Night.
Thanks
Have
for
a
having
good
me.
weekend.
Thanks,
You too.
Clayton.
Yeah,
Bye.
thanks. I am Clayton. Bye-bye.
I'm a Clayton. Thank you.